Hey, podcast listeners. I'm taking a little pause from the podcast this summer, but I wanted to include some little short clips of tips and tools that I've been sharing in my private groups as a way to stay in touch this summer. Enjoy. My name's Randy Rubenstein, and welcome to the Mastermind Parenting Podcast, where we believe when your thoughts grow, the conversations in your home flow. Hey guys, welcome to this week's little summer blog series. I want to talk about something that I call defense mode. When kids are they just seem defiant and they just nothing. They just don't want to cooperate, and any little thing will set them off, and we're just not sure what's going on, why everything has to be a struggle, why everything has to be such a big deal. And this is what I'd invite you guys to look at. There's this famous author named Dr. Ross Greene, and he has this quote, and he says, "Kids do well if they can." So when you have a child that is showing up in what I call defense mode, where they're just constantly defensive and in a defensive state of mind, they are doing that because they're acting on the outside the way they feel on the inside. And it really has to do with lacking skills of some sort. And quite often, kids that are super defensive and filled with a lot of anger, they quite often have a lot of anxiety. And I think these kids have sensitive nervous systems. And you guys may have heard me talk about this before, but there's this theory, the highly sensitive person theory, HSP, by Elaine Aron, who talks about how 20% of the population has a more sensitive nervous system, where you feel things in a bigger way. Smells are smellier, tags are itchier, haircuts are more difficult and itchy and icky, and so noises are louder a lot of times, and they get hyperstimulated. And when you go around in that kind of hyperstimulated state, it's kind of like this, you have these heightened stress hormones raging through your body. And so it's like when you're on edge, when you haven't gotten enough sleep or something, and just any little thing can set you off. Well, these little people, they walk around feeling like that, and it can make you feel really anxious, like you're just always ready to be attacked or, on guard. And so if you have a child that seems defiant, that seems defensive, that's constantly just ready to power struggle with you, I invite you to start seeing it differently and understanding that they wish they could just say, "Hey, I feel all of this intensity inside my body, and I don't know how to cope with it, but I'd love for you to help me. And I don't know how to tell you to help me. So I'm just going to act super defiant and on attack all the time, ready to attack all the time. I don't know how else to deal with this. Like, I'm super stressed out and I'm feeling anxious, and would love you, adult with a fully developed brain, to not take my behavior personally and to see that I just need help. I just need help. And so please don't react when I act jerky. Just help me, stay calm and help me to figure out whatever the thing is that I'm frustrated with. We'll talk, I'll develop as you understand me more. I will step out of this place of defensiveness. I will step out of defense mode, and then you'll get to see the person underneath. But I don't know how to do that. So that's what our kids are telling us. And I just hope that maybe something here resonated with you if you have one of these kids, because I promise you, they need your help, not your admonishment. So that's what I have for you this week. Have a great weekend. Have you read my book, The Parent Gap? Have you listened to my book, The Parent Gap? I doubt you've listened because my publisher hasn't released it yet on Audible. However, I have the audio version of The Parent Gap that I would love to send to you. You can download it at mastermindparenting.com/book. That's mastermindparenting.com/book for your free audio version of the Parent Gap. You're welcome. Bye.